Hello guys, my name's Chris. I'm here with Virginia Top Gun. You know, one of the questions that I'm asked the most is what gun should I use to protect my house? So today I'm going to go through a shotgun, a rifle, and a pistol. And this video is going to be hard to keep it really short. I'll do my best, but there's a lot of information. So the answer to the question is, it's what you feel comfortable with. Honestly, my first instinct is probably to tell you a shotgun. This shotgun is nothing fancy. This is simply just a Mossberg shotgun that I have put a tactical grip on, and it's got a collapsible stock, and that's good for being inside the house. Anytime the shorter the gun, the better for clearing a room. The thing about a shotgun, and you hear people say this all the time, is that when you hear this sound, it is the universal language. Everybody knows what it means. Well, probably so. However, if somebody is breaking into your house and you're actually defending your home, then there's a good chance that they're going to be possibly intoxicated on drugs, and they may not know what that means. So what makes this the next best thing is the fact, the size of that muzzle right there. If you guys can see that, it shoots a lot of lead. These hold up to about 7 rounds each. This one is a pump, which means every time you shoot the gun, you have to shoot, you have to rack it, you have to shoot, you have to cycle it every time. Okay, so if you're not familiar with this gun, then it's going to be a little bit harder for you to use it. And this being a 12 gauge, it packs quite a wallop on the shoulder, so it's not a lot of fun to shoot over and over. There's a few different rounds you can put through this, and when we go down to the firing line, I'll shoot and demonstrate 2 different rounds so that you can make your decisions based on what you see on the paper. Next, I'm going to talk about what seems probably to be the most popular gun in America for the media to tear up. It's an AR-15. An AR-15 is a rifle that the biggest advantage you have to something like this is that you can get really large magazines. This magazine holds 30 rounds of ammo. However, these projectiles travel very fast, and they're not always the best thing to protect your home, especially if you live in a suburban environment or in the dead of the city, or you know, have really close neighbors. These come out of the muzzle at a very high speed, and they will penetrate brick and block and wood and drywall, and they'll go from one end of the house to the other. So, you know, if you shot an errant round and it went through your window, it could definitely go through the walls of your neighbor's house and possibly do some lethal damage to them or their family. However, this is also a gun that is quite intimidating. You can buy all kinds of accessories for it. You can buy all kinds of optics and scopes and sights. You can actually get flashlights that go on the end. You can get lasers that go on the end. You know, so there's all kinds of things you can do to them. They look really cool. They're a lot of fun to shoot. And if you ever were going to get in an actual firefight, then by golly, this is what you want. However, for defending your home, I don't know, it's something that you really got to be familiar with. There's a lot of moving parts on this gun, and you've got to shoot thousands of rounds through a gun like this before you can truly become proficient with it. So to have one in your gun safe and shoot 10 rounds a year, yeah, this probably isn't the gun that you would want to use to defend your home in that particular circumstance. Most of the classes that I teach revolve around handguns. So typically that's what I talk about the most. A handgun's a great weapon for you to defend your home or yourself in public with. The biggest thing is they're so versatile. They can be concealed very easily. They can be hidden within close grasp while you're at home. If you're in the bedroom, or you can have them stationed throughout the house because a home invasion may not take place while you're in bed. So these are nice because they're so mobile, and you can kind of pick and choose the one you like the most. This one is a 9mm, which I think is a very versatile round, especially if you're shooting the right ammunition, and that's a big deal. If you're protecting yourself is very dependent upon the type of ammunition that you put in your firearm. I've done ballistic tests that show that the rounds I was shooting in my 9mm actually expand to be bigger than the rounds I was shooting in my 45. So you got a shotgun, you got a rifle, and you got a pistol. Now, I'm going to go down range and I'm going to put a couple rounds from each one into the target, and then we're going to talk about the actual size of the hole that it makes and let you guys just see what that looks like on paper. So maybe it'll make just a little bit more sense. All right, so the first gun I shoot today is going to be an AR-15. I'm shooting a 5.56 caliber round through it, and I'm just going to put 2 rounds in it. I'm not going to concentrate very much on accuracy. I'm just trying to get it on the target, and then we're going to talk about the size of the round. By the way, you see the optic on top of this sight. It's just it's a close quarter type optic. If you're going to use this for home defense, that's what you need. The long range scopes will not help you inside the house. You won't be able to see the target you're shooting at. Now, this range itself they'll project a red hologram in the middle that serves as the sight. So you know, if you're going to use it close quarter combat, that's what you need. So, taking a look at the rounds, as you can see, definitely big enough to stop a threat, to stop a target. However, I think when we start shooting something different, there's a big difference. Both of those rounds would definitely be lethal rounds, and you see the size of them. So I'm going to show you a couple more things. See the sun setting behind us, so I hope that doesn't interfere with our pictures, but I'm going to shoot a 9mm now, and you'll see the difference in the hole sizes. So as you can see, the 9mm is quite a bit larger than the 5.56. It is, you know, it's also a hollow point round. So the rounds that I shoot through handgun, and I would recommend for home defense, are hollow points. When they get into the target, whatever the target is, they expand and become a larger projectile, which typically is better about stopping a threat quicker. Last and definitely not least, we're going to shoot a 12 gauge. The first one that I'm going to shoot is a number 8 shot. So it shoots out a lot of projectiles. Also with the shotgun, when the shot comes out the end of the barrel, it spreads, it gets larger. Therefore, you're more likely to hit your target. However, you'll see on the video, 12 gauge sounds much more intimidating, and it is definitely an attention getter. So I'm going to shoot the round of 8 shot, and then I'm going to shoot a different, and then we'll talk about the 2. All right, so you see what I'm talking about now. The shot are definitely smaller than anything we've shot today, but you can see how much more area that it covers and how much of an impact that would make to stop a target. Now you see this big hole in the middle? That's not made from lead. That is actually made from the packing within the shotgun shell itself. This is plastic, and if you just shot this at somebody, then it would probably hurt them, but it wouldn't kill them. But it is enough to put a hole in the paper and the cardboard. And I'll put a different target up there for the next one I shoot, so you can actually tell the difference. Last and not least, we have double-aught buck. So double-aught buck packs a heck of a wallop. It shoots less rounds than the number 8 shot that we just did. However, they're bigger, and they can most likely do more damage if there's a little more distance between you and your target. So getting ready to shoot buckshot, double-aught buckshot. So as you can see, much larger than the number 8 shot holes that we made, and there aren't as many of them in there. So this is the hole where the packing hit. That's not actually caused by lead, that's by wadding and packing. So just show you real quick the difference in the size holes of the number 8 field shot. This is what you would hunt rabbit or bird with. And of course, you can't see that. The other being buckshot, obviously because of the name of it, that's what you would hunt something a little larger with, like deer. But definitely a heavier round that would penetrate more and probably do more damage. Okay guys, thanks for joining me today. I know the video got a little long and I'm sorry. However, it's a lot of good information. You know, I wish there was a yes or no answer, or I could tell you pick A, B, or C, but it's really not. I would tell you, A, choose the one you're going to use. Don't choose something that your neighbor talks you into. Don't choose something that your wife or husband talks you into or your buddy talks you into. You need to get into a gun store, hold them, feel them, ask questions about them, and I'm always available. If you want to get in touch with me, I'll be giving my opinion on whatever it is. However, just take into consideration the ammunition and the job that it does, the size of the ammo, and also the magazine capacity. How many rounds can you hold? How many rounds will you be functionally using in a firefight if you had to defend yourself? And also the size of the weapon. You know, if you buy the coolest weapon on the shelf, but you just decide once you've had it a month it's fun to shoot, but it's too big to carry around, then you just got yourself a little deeper into your hobby and you're not going to be able to protect yourself with that round. So, hey, I'm Chris with the Virginia Top Gun, and thank you so much for joining me, and if you have any questions, let me know.